Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. First, we'd like to offer our heartfelt condolences to the family of the two young children who were tragically murdered yesterday. This has been a really tough case for this police department and this community. As you know, we've since arrested the mother, Sonya Spoon. For reasons which are still not clear, we now believe that she killed both of her children. Joining me today are Major Cesar Pacheco, the commander of our Criminal Investigation Division, and also Captain Jimmy Sims. He's the commander of our homicide unit. Major Pacheco will provide an overview of the case as it stands today, and then afterwards we'll be happy to take a few questions. Please keep in mind that this investigation is still ongoing. There will be some questions that we're not yet able to answer. Major Pacheco.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to read a brief statement outlining the circumstances. On Sunday, September the 7th, at about 2:13 hours in the morning, our officers from our department responded to the 6200 block of Forest Road in Cheverly, Maryland, for a call for service involving two unconscious children. Upon the officers' arrival, they were met with fire department personnel who were already engaged in life-saving measures with the children. Located at the residence were our victims, 1-year-old Aiden Jonathan Spoon, 3-year-old Kayla Renee Thompson. Both victims were found to be in distress and experiencing significant difficulty breathing. They were immediately transported to Children's Hospital in Washington, D.C., where life-saving measures were attempted. While at the scene, officers located evidence of foul play that was readily apparent in the home, and the children's mother was detained. Sadly, at 2:55 in the morning, 1-year-old Aiden Spoon was pronounced deceased by medical personnel. And later that morning at 06:55 hours, Kayla Thompson was also pronounced deceased. Homicide detectives responded to the location and took lead on this investigation, as well as members from our evidence unit. Readily apparent evidentiary items were located by personnel that supported the theory that attempts were made to suffocate both of the children. Our suspect, the children's mother, was later transported from the scene and brought to our Criminal Investigations Division for interview. She was Mirandized and subsequently waived her rights to Miranda and provided a very detailed statement implicating her involvement in the death of her children. As a result, 24-year-old Sonya Katerina Spoon was subsequently charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder relating to the death of both of her children. Our condolences go out to the families and the community at large with regard to this tragic event. And I'll open the floor to questions.
Some of that evidence, like what made it obvious, what was it?
Without getting into too many particulars, there were bags that were placed over the children's heads.
You said she gave a detailed account. Did you say why she did it?
We are still exploring as to what the motive was at this time.
How were the children found? Who found the children and then called 911?
There was a family member in the home with the children and our suspect, and at some point was sought out by the suspect, who discovered the children upstairs.
Is there a recent psychiatric record with this woman, Spoon? Any recent evaluations or requests for evaluation?
The investigation is preliminary. We've only been at it for just over 24 hours or so. That is something we're looking into. Sir? It's not. I don't believe the suspect was married, and the children's father were not in the residence. That's what you mean.
Is there a custody? She's spoken about a custody battle that you're concerned about.
That is one of the theories we're exploring, but I can't really go into it a whole lot more than that.
Do you know why she was at her parents' house?
Why? It's my understanding she's only been living there for a short period of time. Again, everything's very early. We haven't completed a full background investigation yet as to the circumstances of why she was there.
Just to clarify really quick, so Sonya went and sought out one of her family members and I guess told him what happened, and then that family member found the children and called 911?
A family member that was in the residence was sought out by the suspect. It's that family member who located the victims.
Is your sense that these children were holding her back in some way or something, that she didn't want to be a mother anymore?
Again, that goes back towards potential motives and areas we're not going to comment on because everything's so preliminary, but it's something we're considering, of course.
Is there a psychiatric evaluation?
Not the, well, through the police department, through the Prince George's County Police Department, we don't have any record of her being psychologically evaluated. It's my understanding there is at least one instance recently that may be what you're addressing.
Who is she being as a result of this? Is she undergoing a psychiatric evaluation?
I'm sure at some point throughout the whole system, as the case evolves and goes through the criminal justice system, that'll occur, but we're not set up for that just yet.
So you all have only found one incident of her having a psychiatric evaluation. You haven't found a string of incidents?
None that's been shared with me at this time, no.
Beyond that, what about just
calls to the address?
Yeah, just your involvement.
Now,
police involvement.
one thing that worth mentioning, the jurisdiction that we're discussing is in the town of Cheverly. The Prince George's County Police does not routinely provide service there. They have their own police department. However, we don't have the Prince George's County Police does not have a significant history at all with this address.
No, they do.
I'm only aware of the one prior call for service that may have involved that other agency.
Any idea how long the children had been not breathing for a while before she sought out that family member?
Do you want to? No, we don't have that information. No.
So can you explain, do you have the information on why she sought out that family member? She was attempting to kill the children.
We have a theory that it's not something we're going to elaborate on at this moment.
Have you located both fathers or the father?
It's my understanding both fathers of each child have been notified and communicated with, yes.
Just one last question, please.
Is there a reason why they didn't go to Prince George's Hospital Center?
Well, that's a question you'd have to ask the medical personnel transporting the children. Normally, Children's Hospital is specific for children in dire need, so I don't know. You'd have to ask that question to fire department personnel.
Why is PG Police handling this, not Cheverly Police?
Oh, Prince George's County Police provides criminal investigative services to various municipalities, to include the Cheverly Police Department.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Major. If anybody else has any additional questions, I'm happy to see you over here on the side afterwards, and I'll try to get you some answers. Thank you again for coming.